obviously credits off How Dominican, but we got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, and it's disappointing that we can't close the game out. We had, defensively gave up 3 huge, massive plays when they're backed up. Special teams were not great. Kickoff coverage hurt our defense. Obviously, get a block, punt block for a touchdown, and then, offensively, we get shut out in the second half. So when you get shut out in the second half and you only rush for 34 yards, it's going to be very tough to win against good football teams, home or away. So, we had some untimely penalties that hurt us. We had a roughing the punter penalty, at an inopportune time, and then we had ripped a big screen when we had a lead. We got a personal foul in that particular situation. So in both those cases, those were untimely penalties at that point in time. So you can't make those type of mistakes against nationally ranked teams, and obviously we made those mistakes.
Can you describe what happened on those last 2 long passes?
Sure.
Where the breakdown was?
One of the passes, we busted a coverage. One of our players was, supposed to be in the middle of the field, and he was not. And we had a bust. So poor job by the head coach, poor job by the defensive coordinator, which was me. We didn't obviously, get him prepped up enough in that situation, so we didn't have anybody in the middle of the field. The second play, we were in man coverage, and Devontae Jones has been doing a good job all night, and he got beat. And then our high hole guy took a very poor angle to the football, and the deep middle safety cut across his face. So obviously gave up 2 big plays. One was on I would say more of a schematic issue that the kid didn't get the proper call, and the other one was the other kid was better than us.
Any mental side to this that, you had the lead, you had a 10-point lead, you were looking pretty good, and then the fourth quarter everything kind of slipped away?
Well, I tell you, the frustrating part, there was multiple opportunities there where I thought our offense was moving the ball decent, and if we could have used some more time off the clock or just got that score that would have pushed us over the top, that 3-score lead. But we could never seem to get that score. We always had something happen, whether it was a penalty on our offense or we had a sack or something that really got us off schedule. I always look at the play-by-play, but I felt like our offense was off schedule most of the night. We were in a lot of second longs and second, first and 20s, and a lot of things. It's very difficult to manage an offense when you're along those situations.
What about just the status for this team?
Yeah.
Losing, you guys don't lose 2 in a row to start the season. So.
Yeah, it's difficult, especially I think the way that we've lost both games. There have been games where we've had opportunities to win, and we haven't come through for wins. So it's been frustrating. I thought our guys, after the loss out in California, though, they bounced back and had a good week of practice. And, we just couldn't close this thing out on either side of the ball in special teams. And so, it's, we talked about at the beginning of the season. It was going to be tough in terms of our schedule, and obviously we've underperformed in these first 2 ball games.
And just as far as the running game, Coach, we talked about it a bit last week too, but I think Heath Farland throws a career high for attempts tonight. Just talk about that and what you got to do to get back on the track.
Well, obviously we struggled to run the ball. It's have to take a look at the tape, and kind of see what was going on. But we didn't really have many explosive plays in the run game until the end when Chris Robinson, I think, broke a run there and stepped out of bounds on the sidelines. So it's not, our inability to run the ball is one thing. It's a lack of some explosive plays. Like, we're not getting our backs to the second level at all. So we're going to have to take a good hard look at the tape and take a look at what we're doing and go from there.
Brad, what was it like in the fourth quarter? Were they doing anything different? Can you contribute to them or continue breakdowns from your side?
I'd say we came out of halftime, we had good adjustments. We just had some busts. We had a couple busts. I know I had one, and probably more than one. We had flashes where we were, getting them for losses 2 or 3 plays in a row, and then we'd have a bust, they'd break a run. And, on the sideline, the defense is always, you know, we got our heads up, we're ready to go, ready to play. And, you know, just taking shots like that kind of kills you, though. Obviously, we got a bust, and, you know, that's pretty much it is what it is, so.
As a defensive leader on the unit and on the team, how do you try and get the team back from an 0-2 start?
You know, we just got to come in and keep doing, you know, what we know how to do and what the process is. You know, we experienced this. I've experienced this. I was a redshirt freshman. It's been in the program when I was a true freshman, and you know, we took some losses, and it's a process. You know, we can't, you know, pout about it and come in here and hang our heads and everything else. We just have to come in and get work done, and you know, improve every day, and you know, follow the process, believe in, you know, our system, because you know, we have flashes, like we can be really, really, really good. We just got to get rid of the mental breaks and everything, and the breakdowns, and we'll pick it up.
And then maybe just as far as next week, you know, you go to Ferris, you have a big opportunity to bounce back against the rivals. So just as far as picking the team up a little bit, I mean, what's it going to take for you guys to bounce back and come out and play well that game?
Yeah, we got to move on. You know, we can't sulk in this loss. Obviously, if we do that, we're going to get our butts kicked by Ferris. So we got to move on and get ready for Ferris. They're a good team, and I know the guys on this team are ready to get back to work and get better.
Matt, did you come into this game expecting to pass more, or was it what you saw early on that dictated that?
That's a great question. I think we wanted to try to establish, obviously, the run, you know, because of our, you know, not great performance last week, to be specific, but how Dominican's front was good. They were bringing some pressure. I think that, you know, we reacted to some of the pressure by throwing some screens, and we had some success with some of the screens and some of those things, you know, throughout the course of the game. But ultimately, when it came down, you know, the time to, we needed to run the ball to close the game out. We weren't able to do that consistently enough. And we've got to obviously take a look at that. We got 34 yards rushing. We can't. That's not acceptable here. We got to try to figure out a way, you know, generate more yards rushing. If it's different personnel, if it's different scheme, we got to obviously generate more of a rushing attack than 34 yards. And you know, you can't sit here and run for 34 yards and hope to win games against good teams.
Right. And Kirk Spencer didn't carry until the second half.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily the reason for that. Mike Route, I did know, you know, I had a good week of practice. I know that. So did Chris Robinson too. Mike was getting more confidence in his ACL, you know, coming off that first game, and so I think based on the week of practice, probably want to give those guys a few more carries.
What were you told on the blocking the punter, the running, roughing the punter?
I was told that the ball was not tipped, so that's why. You know, my vantage point, I thought we tipped the ball, but we didn't. They said we didn't tip the ball, so we got the 15-yard penalty for running into, you know, roughing the punter because we didn't tip the ball.
Did you ask the players if they tested it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Obviously, the league is just incredible about, you know, commenting on officiating, so I can't get myself in trouble when I get something happen to me, so I can't comment on that.
Looked like everybody got out relatively unscathed. Any
Yep.
injuries?
You know, not that I know of. Dylan Carroll, one of our redshirt freshman D linemen, played a little bit more with you know, DJ being out again. He was over on the bench, was out at the end of the game, but you know, I'm not sure what his status is.
Anything else?
No.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.